Why do I continue doing this work? Why do I continue working in violence against women? First of all, because I'm a woman. Second of all, I have 5 nieces, and I would love them to have a world where they can not live through this experience. I would like to at least know I put a little bit of possibilities that none of them will have to face some type of violence against women. Our general attorney came out and said that the #1 issue in courts in the last 3 years has been violence against women. Her response was, we can't take it anymore. That's how high the numbers are. Working with violence against women requires you forgetting the word job and saying, this is what I do. This is who I am. I do believe that change is possible. I do believe that people will notice and say, for example, instead of saying, oh, she was raped because of the way she was dressed, someday we'll be able to hear she was raped because she was a woman. And that's a huge leap, going from blaming the victim to attributing it to the gender. I mean, if we can do that, then we've hit the milestones. We've reached our goal. And I mean, I don't want to make this sound romantic, but I do believe that if there's no violence, we can develop, we can grow as a community, as a country. But if I'm telling you that violence against women occupies almost 75% of the court material, how much more could we do toward justice if we didn't have all this wasted effort in dedicating it to this one issue? A lot of people think that violence against women is learned from one generation to another, but we have to look at the broad picture. Because yes, you might learn it because your dad showed you that being a man is being violent, but you also learned it because the priest in the church taught you that to be a man is not necessarily hitting a woman, but dominating her. Or the priest at school, at church said, hey, man is the head of the house. And so you show subjugation. Or you go to school, and for example, I don't know in other countries, but in Guatemala, this is very obvious. We have the vast number of teachers are women in the first grades. But then all of a sudden women start disappearing and men appear. So once again, you're learning women's places are as mothers, as caregivers, but as academics, as professionals, they disappear. When we work with violence against women, we have tried to work with the churches. We have seen some churches that are open to discussing the problem, but we have also had the negative experience of churches saying this is not our issue. We don't work with it, it's not a real problem, and there's a total refusal to approach violence against women. When we come out with the banner that we are feminists, that we work against violence against women, we do receive violence. Many times it comes from within our families and within our communities. Being a feminist is being a reject of our society. But being a feminist is also an opportunity to make our country grow. So it's a personal choice. Do I want to be the loser, or do I want to be one of the architects of a changing community?